Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the installment of Scott's Selections here for Monday, March 1st. Before getting today's play of the day, a quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up having a nice, easy winner with Houston minus 18.5, minus 110 on FanDuel, as it ended up taking on South Florida. Really just a sweat-free winner. It was a blowout from start to finish. Houston was up by I think they were up by about 35, about 13 minutes into the game. Really, it was just a destruction, and Houston ended up winning the game by 40 plus. So really a nice, easy Sunday, just kick back, relax, cash some tickets, and that's really all you can ask for. And hopefully we'll get a nice, easy winner once again on Monday. And for the play of the day, we're going to be sticking with college basketball. It's going to be on a matchup in the A10 between UMass and St. Louis. And for the play of the day, we're going to be taking St. Louis minus 10 and minus 115 on Bet Online. A time recording of 1:55 a.m. Eastern Time. A couple reasons why I like St. Louis in the spot. First of all, there has been a lot of line movement on the Billikens. This line has gone from minus 9.5 to minus 10.5 in most spots, but it's still available at minus 10 at minus 15. So a little bit of juice there. 5 cents worth, but I'll take it for the push draw as well as the saving of a half point. Now, looking at both these teams this season, UMass is 7-5 and St. Louis is 12-5, and I'm sure a lot of you have noticed, well, UMass only played 12 games, and the answer is yes. This team has had a lot of COVID issues from start to finish, and a lot of its games got canceled during the season, and that has definitely been an issue for UMass over the last month. Now, UMass, in its last game, played against Richmond on the 23rd of February, and ended up losing by 14 on the road. That is the only game that UMass has played since February 7th. This team has had so many games canceled, and this team played once since it ended up coming back, and it got absolutely smacked by Richmond. To make matters worse, in addition to losing by double digits, UMass is known for having a pretty solid big man in Trey Mitchell, and Richmond is known for being a pretty underwhelming rebounding team. And yet Richmond ended up out-rebounding UMass, which is really just a bad look for the Minutemen. I do think that will be a serious problem against St. Louis because St. Louis is an absolute just monster on the boards. But anyway, I already mentioned UMass and how this team has barely played and how it's been struggling a little bit lately. St. Louis, though, is still fighting for an NCAA tournament spot. It's currently on the outside looking in, but it did have a nice win against Richmond at home over the weekend by 5. And Richmond, pretty solid team overall, but St. Louis has been good at home. And St. Louis, because it won that game, can still keep its very, very, I'd say, distant hopes alive. It's going to have to make a deep run in the conference tournament, probably win the whole thing. But either way, St. Louis still has a lot to play for. Plus, this is going to be the final home game for St. Louis this season. Now, St. Louis, unlike other teams, does have fans in attendance, 800, which doesn't sound like a lot. But since really not many teams have fans, it definitely does add up. But what I mentioned in the video yesterday with Houston, that this team should be motivated to play its last home game because a decent amount of players might not be back for next season. I don't know if the same can be said about St. Louis. St. Louis has maybe a couple of players who can maybe sneak into a second-round draft pick, something like that. So you might see a decent amount of people come back next year, but still get to go out with a bang in its final home game of the season in front of the home fans. I do think it should be motivated for this matchup. Now, looking at the actual efficiency numbers, St. Louis is better in every area. St. Louis ranks 57th in offensive efficiency, according to KenPom. UMass ranks 124th. St. Louis ranks 54th in defensive efficiency. UMass ranks 114th. And St. Louis, the big differential here, ranks 4th in the entire country in rebounding rate. UMass ranks 226th. So just to go through the differentials here, St. Louis is roughly 70 spots better at offense, roughly 60 spots better at defense, and roughly 220 spots better at rebounding. So I do think UMass should be in for a long evening here on the road, and I think St. Louis should be really just ready to absolutely demolish this team. I think St. Louis will probably win by 15 plus. I think you'll see St. Louis just come out with a very, very, I'd say, strong effort, and I do think you'll see UMass crumble since this team really hasn't been able to build up much momentum over the last month because it really was only able to play in one game. So other than that, though, looking at some trends here, St. Louis is 9-3-1 in its ATS in its last 13 home games, and UMass is 0-4 ATS in its last 4 games versus a team with a winning straight-up record. So UMass has been pretty good against the number against bottom feeders, but against quality opposition, this team has really struggled to keep games competitive. I do think you will see St. Louis cover this pretty decently large number with relative ease. So the play that I once again here for Monday, March 1st is going to be on St. Louis minus 10, minus 115 on Bet Online. That's been Installment Scott Selection. Good luck to all of you and respect the best today. Bye, everyone.